Hi, again, my name is Alexis Chrisley, and I am pro-expanded public early childhood education coverage. And this is my rebuttal. The first point, in response to my opponent's claim that there is inconsistency among early childhood education programs, I agree. From my research, there seems to be two age groups these programs are targeting. The first is birth to 3-year-olds, and the second group is children ages 3 and 4. But these programs are defined to target these different age groups. For example, Head Start, which was authorized by the Improving Head Start for School Readiness Act of 2007, encompasses two different programs. The programs are designed to support the mental, social, and emotional development of children from birth to age 5. The Early Head Start program serves children from birth to 3 years of age, and then the second program, which is the Head Start program, includes children ages 3 to 5. In President Obama's State of the Union address, which my opponent quoted in her introductory argument, the President called on the legislative branch to expand access to high-quality preschool to every child in America. According to the Early Childhood Education Issues page on the WhiteHouse.gov website, the President will propose a series of new investments that will support his call to action and will begin for children at birth and continue until they reach age 5. According to this, while there is not a set national targeted age for early childhood education yet, several state departments seem to be on the way to establishing a specific age group for the nation to target with these early childhood education programs. The second main point. In response to my opponent's claim that there are no defined curriculums for early childhood education programs, she is correct that there is not a national standard. However, several states and programs have proposed curriculums for their schools to follow. For example, based on a 2003 joint position statement between the National Association for the Education of Young Children and the National Association of Early Childhood Specialists in State Department Education, high-quality infant and toddler programs have clear goals and base their curriculum on knowledge of very early development. They are focused on relationships, communicative competencies, and exploration of the physical world, each of which are embedded in daily routines and experiences. The high-quality infant and toddler curriculums intentionally develop language, focusing on and building on the home language, promoting security and social competence, and encouraging understanding of essential concepts about the world. This lays the foundation for mathematics, science, social studies, literacy, and creative expressions without emphasizing disconnected learning experiences or formal lessons. And to measure this curriculum and the success, they propose that both qualitative and quantitative data are important and useful depending on the questions asked. This can be done both by program staff and evaluations by others through in-depth interviews or discussions with staff and families. Another example is the Guide to Early Childhood Program Development, published with the intent to make performance standards within Connecticut's preschool curriculum come alive and help teachers plan. According to this guide, curriculum includes performance standards, inappropriate content, suggests possible experiences, teacher behaviors, and teaching strategies, and necessary environments. This Connecticut study also proposes two curriculum models. The first is a thematic or project approach, where the instructor uses spontaneous discussions to build projects. The second model is the play-based learning approach, where the teacher integrates activities within the various learning centers in the classroom to utilize a theme prompted by a story. And then the third main point. In response to my opponent's claim about economic concerns, I present a few different pieces of literature. The first is an article published by Psych Central about special needs children being mainstreamed. This article presents statistics from studies completed by The Ohio State University that found special needs children benefit from being mainstreamed into public education programs. The study involved 670 preschool-aged children enrolled in 83 early childhood special education classrooms in Ohio. About half of the children had a disability, and between 25 and 100% of children in each classroom had a disability. The children's language skills were measured in the fall and spring of the academic year using a test called the Descriptive Pragmatics Profile. While all the children's language skills were affected somewhat by the skill levels of their classmates, the effect was strongest for those with disabilities. The study found that language skills of those with disabilities were about 40% better than those of children with disabilities who were placed in a classroom with only special needs children. According to statistics from the U.S. Department of Education, more than half of preschoolers with disabilities are enrolled in early childhood education programs with typically developing peers. The other piece of literature I present is a study that conducted the first cost-benefit analysis of the federally financed Chicago Child Parent Center program that addresses the question of whether program benefits exceed costs or not. The result of the cost-benefit analysis indicated that each component of the CPC program had economic benefits that exceeded costs. With an average cost of $6,730 per child for 1.5 years of participation, the preschool program generated a total return to society at large of $47,759 per participant. The ratio of benefits to costs for government savings alone was $2.88 per dollar invested. This study shows that early childhood education programs provide long-term benefits to society. These two pieces of literature address the economic impact that my opponent calls into question in her final point. The first article shows that while special needs children may be grouped together with non-disabled students, the special needs children would actually benefit from this. The second piece of literature addresses my opponent's concern of financial support of the programs. That study showed that while there will be a cost immediately, in the long run, society and the government will benefit from establishing these early childhood education programs. Thanks.